Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, the wash to the other apostle, great millstone, citation, Hakim, teach all truth and sincerity. It says, this is Daniel chapter 9, verse 7. It says, O Lord, righteousness belong unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the kingdom, through all the countries, Laki, whether thou hast driven them because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee. So, basically, we have basically discontinued from our heritage, and we don't and we basically our appearance of has changed since we have departed from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, because not every Israelite is gonna be looking like Shaft, or looking like dark skinned authentic Israelite. You know, and we all the nation of Israel have been all different shades of brown, and we we're not gonna look like the average, Joe Smo Israelite. We're gonna have different characteristics, different attributes, but if your spirit bear witness with being an Israelite, that you're an Israelite. If you look like a so-called white man, but if your spirit bear witness with being an Israelite, you're an Israelite. You just look like a so-called white man. Or if you look like a so-called Chinese person, you look like a so-called Chinese person, but you're an Israelite. Or like you could look like another nation, but if your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're an Israelite. But we have been scattered. We have been basically have discontinued from the ways that we were taught. You know, it says, verse 8, O Lord, to us belong confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. And reason why we departed, and reason why we had to go down and experience the curses, because we have sinned against our power. So he brought the curses upon us. We were scattered into all these different kingdoms and nations. And so the nation of Israel is mainly sifted amongst all these nations, and we don't look like what we authentically used to look like. Even if you look like even if you look dark skinned, it may, our nation, you know our skin tone back then was more vibrant, more you know probably glowed, and was better, because the bodies we had back then were bigger, and were the strength that we was different. So the bodies that we're in now are weaker, and are you know just filthy, with but anyway, that's another topic for another time. But we have all been over time during the many different captivities, we all been our molecular structure of our body is not the same of what it was back then, and it's not the same. It's not going to look the same of an authentic Israelite, But if your spirit bear witness with it, you are an Israelite, And basically, when we sinned against our power and went against not following after His law, statutes, commandments, uh, we He judged us and put us basically on the whooping stick, and we got judged and cursed for not doing what we agreed to. We didn't hold our end of the bargain, so we got the whipping stick. Verse 9 says, "To Yahweh our power belongeth mercy and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against Him," because we rebelled against our power and followed after the gods of the other nations, and He put us under the whipping stick, And it says, verse 10, "Neither have we obeyed the voice of Yahweh our power to walk in His laws, which He set before us by His servants the prophets." And Yahweh Bashin Yahushua set up the prophets, and they prophesied. He set up Moses, which prophesied, if we didn't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, the curses written in Deuteronomy 28:15-68 would fall upon us. He first said the blessings, and then he said he prophesied and wrote in Deuteronomy that if we follow after, we'll get the blessings, but if we don't, we'll get the curses. And it says, verse 11, "Yeah, all Israel have transgressed our law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him." So in those curses which are written in the laws of Moses, those were put upon us because we made an oath, we made an agreement, we signed in a contract. This blood was sprinkled upon us. We said we agreed to it, and hold on. Slaki. Basically, the curse was poured upon us because we didn't. Blood was sprinkled upon us, and we said we would do these law, statutes, commandments, and follow to. We followed whatever the Lord said we would do, and that was the agreement we said. And we didn't follow it, and we were given the curses. The curses were poured upon us because we didn't follow it. But anyway, this is since I kept mentioning, this is Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. It says, this is Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4, "And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever." Because we basically made the Lord angry. That's the reason why He brought those curses upon us. That's why we ended up going into captivity and serving our enemies. I talked about that in Baruch chapter 4, which is basically one of my favorite scriptures. Baruch chapter 4, verse 6, it says, "Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to Yahweh. So so basically we angry, we made Yahweh Shai angry. We removed him to wrath. So the wrath he gave us was the curses. He sent us into captivity to our enemies because we provoked him by sacrificing unto these, idols, which are the devils. And it says in verse 8, ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up and have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. So we forgot our power, and which raised us up above all these nations. So I'm gonna say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahshua, Bashim, Kakadash, and Shalom.